Well, day 2 of softball practice, and we're here with pitcher third baseman Kristen Adkins. And Kristen, I know you guys are going to have your first full team practice out there today, and temperatures are finally warming up and school starting up again. It's time to start thinking about softball.
Absolutely, we're ready to go. We're really excited. We've worked hard all fall, and over the break everyone's worked hard, and we came back yesterday just ready to go, and it's a good thing to see.
Well, you guys are going to get right in the thick of things with a really tough early season schedule, and with the way things shaped up at the end of last season, do you think this is going to be a great opportunity to really prove yourselves against some of the nation's top teams right from the get-go?
I think so, absolutely. I mean, we hung in there with Washington for a little bit, and we were a very young team last year, so that did a lot of maturing for a lot of our girls. And to get out there and go with the top teams in the nation from the very start, it's going to be great for us throughout the rest of the season, too. I think a lot more is expected of us this year.
First week of practice, what are you guys hoping to get accomplished?
Just to kind of get the chemistry back. Everyone's been away and practicing on their own, so all of our skills should be, tip-top again. But, you just got to get that feel when you're turning double plays, having short and second working together, and the communication back.
It seemed like last year you had so many different people stepping up at different times with, you turning it on there in the ACC tournament, being named ACC MVP, and as you mentioned, with such a young team coming back and with so many freshmen coming in, what can you guys do to help those freshmen along, and how much beneficial is it that you had that fall season with a chance to get them right in there and get them some experience?
I mean, we can kind of give them a heads up on what to expect and give them some words of wisdom, but there are some things that they're just going to have to learn on their own that we can't really help them with. And, if they succeed at those things, we'll be there to give them a big pat on the back and a great big hug. And if they don't, then, we'll say, okay, this is, how we can learn from it and what we can do better next time.
Well, so many people think that softball is a one-pitcher game. You guys proved last year with 3 pitchers all making contributions. You lose Tiffany Johnson, but you gain 2 freshman pitchers. How valuable is it to have, really, you're going to have a 4-person staff this season?
It's really going to be great, especially early on in the season when we're playing so many games in such a short amount of time, For us to be able to rotate in and out and know that everyone is going to do their job and carry their end, it's just going to, do wonders for us later on in the season when we may have to, go a little bit longer with one person.
Now talk about the lineup. A lot of people also think softball, you score 1 or 2 runs, win the game, a lot of bunting, a lot of slapping, but really 1 through 9, you guys are going to have one of the top lineups in the country, and with so many home runs, we proved last season that Mewborn Field is quite a home run hitter's heaven, especially out there towards left field and left center. And as a right-handed hitter, how comforting is that at home?
It is amazing because I think just about all of my home runs went out in left field, as for a lot of the righties, and it's going to be great. Like you said, most people think that it's a 1-run, 2-run game, and it's really not. It's nice to have that security blanket when you're a pitcher and you have 3 or 4 runs in there.
Well, just talk about the ACC for a minute, and again, it proved last season getting a couple teams into the tournament, but it seems like every team has been improving and making strides. And where do you see it going this year? And really, it's going to be a wide open league once again.
Right. Well, the ACC, it's a good conference. There are a lot of tough teams. I know some of the girls transferred in this summer from the SEC back to the ACC, and that's going to make for a tough, stout season for us. But I mean, we're good. We were right in the thick of things last year, and I think we will be again this year. We're really making a name for ourselves out there. Florida State, Virginia Tech, UNC, they're all great teams, and it's going to be tough.
Well, you mentioned transferring, and oddly enough, you transferred in from Florida last year, and you kind of had a quick transition getting here in January and really arriving on campus. It's time for classes, time for practice. One of your former teammates at Florida is also here at Georgia Tech now, Christine Preby, but she got here in time for the fall semester, and how much of an advantage is that going to be for her being here then, but also having you to kind of help her, guide her along as making the transition here to Georgia Tech?
Yeah, I think that's lucky for her, to have that 6 or 7 months of bonding time with the girls. It's very valuable. Like you said, I kind of got thrown into the mix, and thankfully the girls were very open to me and very welcoming, and so everything just worked out. But Christine, she's going to be great. She's going to do great. She had an awesome fall, and she didn't get lost quite as much as I did, which is really nice to hear. Of course, she could have called, and I could have told her where she was at any time.
Well, thank you very much, Kristen, and good luck as the season gets closer.
Thank you.